Hello, my sweet, sweet darling. Welcome to ulaofthetea reading. I forgot what the name of the channel is. Welcome to ulaofthetea readings. My name is Lenore, and today I'm going to read your tea leaves. All right. So let's go ahead. We're just going to get right into it. We have a lot of heart energy, right? We have a heart with an arrow through it. You can see the arrow coming through right there. We also have, it looks like a heart here, a heart right here. And the one I really was like, what? Look at this. It looks like a house with a door that's a heart. That's crazy. Also, we have what looks like a little rabbit out front. So, abundance. I mean, just so much love. I hope that this is your life. I hope that you literally are just living like the dream of having a home that feels safe and warm, and you have a family that you love and they love you, a spouse, a significant other, children, maybe not children, maybe it's our, the fur babies, our companions, whoever, whatever it is. It feels like, and I'm hoping, don't click off if this is not you though. It could be you in the future. It could be that this is your dream. Maybe it's even the dream that you refuse to admit that you want. Maybe you've been hurt. Maybe, you've just never found the right person. And, you don't think it can happen for you. I know a lot of people feel that way, And the thing that really trips me out, and also welcome to ulaofthetea readings. I'm Lenore and I ramble. I do a lot of asides, and people keep telling me to just be myself. I'm neurospicy, as they say on the internets now. So it is what it is. You're going to come along on a free association ride at times. So, I totally forgot where we were going. So here we go. We're going to go right into it. With my explaining, I forgot. But yeah, I just feel like there's so few people right now feeling confident in their situation. And I don't mean you think I don't know, your spouse is cheating or something. That's not what I mean. I mean, I feel like there's a lot of people, probably the majority of us, that at times at least look around, peek out the window, look at the news, turn on the TV at night, and start to worry that something is happening that's really going to affect our lives directly. If you haven't been affected in a very direct way yet, you're really lucky. Because a lot of people have been, and I feel like so few people are, I don't know, feeling hopeful, I guess. And you can feel that in the greater zeitgeist, the collective unconscious. But then there are people, that are, I don't know, maybe developed in different ways, or, you just have readied yourself mentally, spiritually, emotionally, and maybe even in the material, for times like we are in. You're a fortified person. We also have the wheat growing up here. So this, to me, such a beautiful image of not only having that home base that is full of love, but being able to sustain it. right? Having the resources and the know-how to sustain it, even through difficult times. Now you can think of like times like in America, when we had the Great Depression, right? The years that followed that, even after it was technically over, were devastating for many people, right? And so, I think that that you are lucky, I hope, but also I think that you feel kind of the calling, right? The calling of, okay, so we're going through a rough time, both collectively, and now it's starting to trickle into our lives. And you can see that with the economy, prices of things, and so on. And you're activated by it. You're good under pressure. You're very good at figuring it out. I also think that we have Anubis up there, right here, who is a psychopomp, a god, the jackal-headed god. And really tied to the concept of death, of course. A psychopomp is a god or a being that greets you after you go through the beginning of the death process, when your body, right, expires. You're met by Anubis in the mythologies. And he takes you to something like the underworld, and you go and have your heart weighed. Well, this is a guide, right, through those dark, dark corridors, through that time that is that very kind of unknown, transient period. And, can feel like there's no right direction, or you can't pick up on it, right? And so I feel that when I see Anubis, sometimes it is related with like something is ending, but it also is a reminder for us to activate our intuition. Now, I have this like weird belief that we should know how to do things in the dark. We should know how to do things without being able to see what we're doing. What do I mean by that? Like, you should be able to walk around your house, right? You should, in the dark. You should be able to, I don't know, cook, clean things, do tasks that you would normally just kind of do as you're picking up and this and that. I don't know why. I've always felt that way. Now, I don't like overhead lights, so maybe that's part of it, but I do. I feel like there's this weird instinctual thing that I've always had about it. Now, this coincides with the intuition, right? When we can learn to hear ourselves, and not only hear ourselves, trust ourselves, when we go through these periods of time where there is so much unknown, so many mysteries, a lot to fear, on purpose, right? It's on purpose. When we can activate that kind of night side, subterranean, dwelling in the dark. Now, I don't mean like, some morbid thing, or even the like melancholia or anything like that. But what I do mean is somebody who is not afraid to go into places that are unseen. Okay. This is like a person who will do shadow work. This is a person that will confront those parts of self. This is a person who will confront those projections that are occurring in the physical world. This is a person that will figure it out, right? As things change, you will adapt, okay? But there is a calling for you to lean more on whatever that voice is for you, whatever that feeling is. You know what you know. Okay, so there will be a need for strengthening there. Now, up here we have the ram, okay? It very much feels to me like this is somebody that you love dearly, like a sibling possibly, a good friend. And maybe the name John. And down here it looks like Tori, maybe? Terry? Now with the ram, we also have the letters WC. 423 4234. The corn and a diamond. HZ, corn and a diamond. Okay, we have two people folding a blanket together. And the sheep turns into a lion. The number 162. What is going on there? Child being pointed at. Crying. The head kind of down, body here. Here's the adult, finger down, pointing. Now there's another child over here, like they were playing and got in trouble. A fierce sense of protection, wanting to protect. So maybe a younger sibling. The sheep turns into a lion. So maybe somebody who has like a temper problem at times. Maybe not usually, but when somebody stays on them, continues to provoke or pick at them. And that's not to say that that's anybody, like, you know, you flip out and that's somebody else's fault. No, you have to learn how to control your emotions, right? Your reactions. But it seems like where at times you felt very like a team, like you know, and we have the number 62 again. I almost feel like at times it's like you have to stay away because and I don't mean to, in 38, the number 38 as well, they take off. It's like, I feel like they come into your life, you're close for a while, like this is a sibling or something, you know, or a friend, and then they meet somebody or whatever, they have an opportunity, and then you don't hear from them again. And then something happens, they get in trouble, or they, you know, like I said, the rage, the anger, and then they're right back in your life. And, you know, you start building towards this, like helping them get their life together and getting closer. And then next thing you know, they're out of here again. And I'm just looking at it like it's ongoing forever. And it feels like the same heartbreak, the same cycle again and again and again. But I don't see you giving up on them. Or saying, nah, I can't handle that right now. So I have a feeling that either they're leaving or they're coming back, but it feels more like a warm feeling. So I think that it must be that you are getting back in contact. That's what it feels like to me. Okay. Now we have, what is this? We have 12. We have no. The Z with candles, Z, and then we have a candle and a candle. So, bringing information. And we have a face right here with the crescent moon. It looks like a feminine face, but not necessarily. Doesn't look super happy, but not necessarily sad. Maybe just in thought. I don't think... It seems like you have somebody who... I feel like it's like somebody you've had history with, and when you try to bring them back into your life, or go seek them out and form a bond again, they're often resistant at first, right? But I feel like there's also this like wanting to be I don't know, there's something that they want. Maybe it is the bickering back and forth and getting all the stuff out, and then you get back together and the dopamine of that, and kind of thing. But this is different because I feel like this is almost like somebody that you have a deep soul bond with, this is like a beloved, not just like a boyfriend, girlfriend, husband, wife, whatever. Not exactly like a soul flame or whatever they're called, but it's like a... I would say like a sibling, but there is the knowing that you are so woven into each other that you might as well be like siblings. And you're not, of course, but and the belovedness is like it transcends time, right? And the work that you do together is difficult, and that's why you keep breaking up, hiding from each other. Not hiding, like, really, but, like, not being vulnerable at times. Escaping into distractions, right? Other people, physical pursuit, sensual pursuits with other people. Numbing through media, video games, spending money, having a house that is chaotic, like whatever it is, and it's supposed to work because on a cosmic level you belong, but at the same time you just haven't been able to let it get back together. And so I feel like this is the time where it will be. Okay? I know you're resistant. I can feel it. I am too. I would be very like, if I was confronted with this myself. But, I feel like it's super important for your work. I think this is going to be somebody you're going to have to figure it out on some level, because something about your dynamic is necessary for the personal work, magic, spiritual alchemy, the creative process, for you to do whatever it is that you need. Maybe it's starting a business, you know what I mean? sometimes we are just aligned with certain people to do certain things, right? You know, and not always this, it's not always the same. Like, you might really align with somebody and you do great magic and belovedness together. But you end up with somebody that, you know, you love and you make money together. You're good at running a house together, you know, and that's not always the same person, you know, and that's okay. But it feels to me like you are dwelling in or at the cusp of reuniting with somebody who it is magic. It is the beloved. It is the, you know, the wonderful unknown, you know, manifesting in your life in a way that I feel like makes you feel stronger and allows you some of the courage that you're going to need to go deeper into the work, you know. So I don't know what it is. Sometimes there's just like a certain flavor with people that like enchants you in the right way, where you can be kind of, I hate to say it, stupid enough to go deeper into the work, because it's not ever easy work. Let me get that straight. It's not like, oh, I'm going in there and it's going to be all, you know, puppies and rainbows or whatever they say. No, a lot of times it's going to be like, okay, we're going to dig out generational curses this next year. You know what I mean? 91. So, number 7. So we need the... Tell me I didn't just drop that on the floor. 97. How far did you go under the desk? Oh my gosh. You guys, I'm going to have to go get it. Oh no, did it roll? It rolled right under my feet. Good. I was like, if I shake the desk, I'm sorry. I really might. Here we go. 55. 55 is the last number. All right. I love you guys. Thank you for being here with me. I know it's kind of spazzy today and most days, but you know, I don't know. I did another reading earlier and I just want to cry. Like I'm stressed out, like everybody's stressed out. Like, I feel increasingly more like, what can I do? What can I even do? You know, like, I know what I can do. I can continue to prepare and, you know, open myself as much as I can and be vulnerable and be here for people and commune and be a steward of the land as much as I possibly can be. And, you know, the most important thing, to be a mother, that, you know, to be allowed, the connection that I have with my daughter is, you know, and allowed by the divine, I mean, is the only thing, you know, that's ultimately, at the end of the day, that's the only thing that really matters to me. But I don't know, man. I just keep thinking, like, buck up, champ. Come on, it's not all that bad, is it? Yes, bro, it is. Come on now. Oh, my goodness. All right, I love you guys so much. I love you so much. Please take care of yourself. We'll talk in a few days. Good night.